Okay, so a proper squat always starts with good feet. You want your feet to be about hip distance apart, maybe a little bit wider, maybe a little bit narrower, but you want to be in a nice athletic stance while you perform the squat. You want your toes either pointing forward or out to the side, and make sure that your knees stay in line with those toes. So if your toes are to the side, you want your knees to go out to the side while you perform your squat. If your toes are forward, make sure that your knees stay forward, and then you squat down with your knees staying forward the whole time. No caving in while you squat, and no going out while you squat, because that puts extra stress on those knees. Okay, so I'm going to stand to the side. You're going to have a nice proud chest, tight core, hands out in front of you, and you're going to begin with those hips going back down and then coming back up. You want to make sure that you control this motion the whole time. You don't want gravity to get the best of you. You want to go slow on the way down and be in control of your body the whole entire time. You want to make sure that your knees stay behind your toes, and it really helps if you stick those hips out in the beginning. You don't want your knees to end up in front of your toes. That causes a lot of stress on your knees, and that's a big reason why people have knee pain while they do squats. So another thing to look at when you're doing squats is to look at your back position at the bottom of your squat. If you're rounded in as you stand up, you're going to have to use your back a lot while you stand up, because you go from this rounded position to an arched position while you lift up, and that's all done with your lower back. You're not using your leg muscles, you're using just those back muscles to make that motion happen. So please watch your form, watch your back, and then you're going to sit back down. Make sure you're in a neutral spine and stand back up. You also don't want to be in an arched position while you do your squats. So you don't want to stick your butt out and have this big huge arch in your back. Because again, that puts all of the stress on your lower back. And you want to save your lower back. You don't want any injuries. Okay, so now that you've learned the basics of squats, I'm going to show you a little trick that you can use to make sure that you go to the right depth every time you do a squat. I like to do little box squats, so I'm literally using a box that I got from a leftover Christmas shipment box. So what you're going to do is you're going to stand about a foot in front of your box. Oh, and make sure the box is about a foot to a foot and a half tall. So you're going to have your feet pointing forward, chest proud. Start with those hips, and you're going to squat down all the way until your butt touches the box. Then you're going to stand up using those glutes. So once again, you're just going to go down, all the way down until you reach that box, and then stand back up. Again, make sure that the motion occurs more at your hips than your knees. You want that motion to happen at your hips, and build those hip muscles up. And stand back up. So that's a nice little variation that you can make sure that you're performing the proper depth to your squats every time, so you're not cheating yourself going to this half squat position, that you're going all the way down, that if you were to put a marble on your leg, it would roll to your hip, not to your knee. Okay, so now that you've heard my tips on how to properly do squats, you can start doing squats as much as you can. Try to aim for 10 reps 3 times a day. You can use this box to make sure that you go low enough and you don't have any muscle imbalances and you're not doing more harm than good while you do your squats. I hope you really enjoyed this workout, and I hope you join me again for another GIGAC Calisthenics workout. Have a great day!